Welcome to Kino Quickly. I'm your host Disco, and today I watched Thor. So this is a continuation of my go through of all the Marvel movies, and Thor is next on the list. This is the fourth Marvel movie, and gotta say this one's not the best. It's not the best of the Marvel movies. It's pretty interesting, I guess, if you're a big Thor head, but I'm really not. Also, I was kind of excited revisiting the old Marvel movies, seeing all the Burger King subplot and product placement, but that kind of went nowhere with the Thor movie. I'm hoping when I revisit some of these other movies, I see more of the Burger King subplot. But as it stands with Thor, there's really not a lot going on here. If you are a big fan of Thor, you're probably going to get a lot of stuff you like in here, but for me, I don't really understand what's going on through half of this. I'm not very familiar with all these Thor characters. They're all just strange creatures in my opinion. None of them really stand out to me. They're all just kind of generic fantasy nonsense. But this movie is full of fish out of water gags, which are always pretty good. Fish out of water comedies, very easy to do, and it's very hard to mess up. And, I'd say this knocks it out of the park. You got Thor coming to the real world through a portal, and it's, he's trying to act normal. I was a little confused watching this. I had thought that Thor was a real character in this universe, but it turns out that Thor is just a comic book character in this universe, and then he gets sucked through a portal, and so he's real in this universe. So that's kind of strange how the other origin stories for the characters in the cinematic universe are that, they're the same as in the comics, but for Thor, he literally is the comic book character. So it's very strange to think about that this universe has all these other comic book characters are real, but Thor is fake, but he's real now because he goes through a portal and is transported into the real world where he's just a comic, but other comic book characters aren't real. It's very confusing, and it makes me wonder how many more of the characters are from comic books in this universe, or if Thor is the only one that's like this. It's a very confusing creative decision. I think they should have just made Thor have like a real origin story. But besides that, it was a pretty good movie, pretty funny. There's some good action in here and there. There's some good performances by Anthony Hopkins. He's pretty good in this movie. And I'm gonna give this movie, I was gonna give it 1 thumbs up and 1 thumbs down, but I think that's a little too harsh. I'm just gonna give this one 1 thumbs up. The only reason it's not getting 2 thumbs up is because the comic book thing is like way too confusing. I think they should have cut that out and retconned it somehow, make him a real, hero, but I don't know. I think they know what they're doing. They're making a lot of money. I'm making no money, so I think they're making the better decisions. But I would have preferred if Thor was his own character and not just from a comic book. So yeah, I'm gonna give this one 1 thumbs up, and I recommend you see it. If you're watching all these movies, I recommend you see it. It's kind of, you need to see how Thor comes out of that comic book to join the Avengers team. So yeah, I recommend you see it, and I recommend you have a nice day.